So join me in allowing the singing bowl vibration to just wash over you, clearing your day, settling in. Hi everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Nights Tea and Stones. I'm Rihanna. I'm the Stone Maven here at the Dreaming Goddess, and I'm glad that you're joining me. It's interesting. It's, you know how I usually talk about how the sun is pouring down on me while I'm sitting at the steps at the same time every week? Nope, the sun has already set behind the building and it's dark out front of the store. So I'm always sad. And then we are going to be turning the clocks back soon, right? So that is always weird too. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Tonight's magic stone visitor is Bumble Bee Jasper. Let me show you some good pieces of bumblebees. Bumble Bee Jasper. Look at this pretty stone. Hi everybody. So Bumble Bee Jasper, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, love this stone. Wait, let me show you this one. Because do you see the bumblebee head? Do you see the bumblebee head in that? Or is it just me and Corey? I was like, what? Looks like a little bumblebee head. You see it in there? I thought that was kind of fun. So, Bumble Bee Jasper. Oh, delicious. Now this is one stone you don't want to be licking. You know how it's funny? There's a couple of stones you shouldn't lick. When there's other stones that are fabulous to put in your mouth. I mean, I know a lot of grown-ups that lick their stones, that put their stones into their mouth. It's not just a kid thing. So I know I'm not the only one. But Bumble Bee Jasper, its main mineral makeup is sulfur, manganese, realgar, and orpiment. Now realgar and orpiment, they are arsenic sulfates. So the sulfur, between the sulfur, which is the yellow, and the orange. So the orange is the orpiment. Let me show you one that has a little bit of both. Mostly they all have a little bit of both. Let's see if I can get the picture to be clear. Nope, it's as clear as it's going to be. So the yellow is the sulfur and the orange is the orpiment. Both of them. Kiva, hi my friend. No, but it sure does smell, and it can be very toxic. So if you want to get them tumbled, you don't want them raw, you don't want them powdery, because the powder is either sulfur, which is going to taste really yucky, or it's actually the arsenic. So stay away from the raw, and you kind of want to keep your hands washed. It's like working with lead stones or anything, you know. So Bumble Bee Jasper. We call it a jasper. It's not really, the jury's not in about whether it's a jasper or an agate or just a stone on its own. But for now, we do call it Bumble Bee Jasper. They do call it a jasper. But its makeup is off for most of the jaspers. So the colors, the orange and the yellow, activate and open and clear the second and the third chakras, the sacral chakra and their solar plexus. Those two chakras, the second chakra is a water element and the third chakra is fire. The second chakra is female-oriented, and the third chakra is male-oriented. So when I look at that stone and I think about those elements, it's really about balancing those qualities within yourself because they contain both of them. Let me just say that the sulfur in the stone is good to help with the body fighting infection. All right, so that's kind of cool. But let's talk about the stone connected to how we work and how we walk forward in the world. So yellow, in general, is a really happy color. It's a bright, uplifting, fiery, just a joyous, happy color. So this stone definitely has that in there. It helps because it's a fire element stone. It really helps with our physical energy. It helps with our vitality. The solar plexus, which is our internal flame, right where your ribs come together at the bottom of your rib cage, right? It's your internal sun. So when you pull your shoulders back and you sit up and you let your sun radiate, right? That place in our body is where we stand in our confidence, our self-worth. It's about how we are the Leo, right? The sign of Leo is that roaring lion. It's how we are assertive. It's how we step out into the world. It's how we not just manifest, but how we put it all together and, be. How we have endurance, how we have the courage to step out and do the daring things in our life. That's our male chakra. That's an outward energy. But this stone really supports that movement. It supports us in starting new projects. It helps us to kind of, when we clear the second and the third chakras up, it helps us to really sink into the manifesting process and about manifesting our passionate desires. Like, what do we want? What do we feel really drawn to? What feels delicious to us in our lives? And how do we create more of that? Those are really delicious things, right? The interesting thing about this stone is when you hold it for a little while and you are moving about and participating in your day, you'll notice, and as I have one all day today, I had one in my bra, in my tank top, and every now and then I had this light little buzzing in my gut, in my stomach. And funny, when I was doing some research later on this afternoon, just to do a quick rundown of what other people had to say about the stone, more than one place was saying, oh yeah, you're going to get this buzz in your stomach. And I was like, oh, how interesting. Now I get it that that's where the chakras are also. So for me, I thought, oh, it's clearing my chakras, right? But it's saying, these other folks who are working with the stone were saying that it's like getting butterflies, getting the buzz in your stomach to trigger for you to take note of that moment. What opportunity is lying in that moment for you to take advantage of? It's kind of like trusting your gut. So it's giving you the buzz, it's giving you the tingle when you need to make a move, when it's an opportunity that you don't want to miss. So that's kind of an interesting little physical experience that I had with the stone today. The Bumblebee Jasper helps you have new thoughts, new ideas, right? New downloads about what to do next, how to, again, move forward with new opportunities. It's a stone that helps us when doors are closing. It's about manifesting. So if you've lost a job, had a divorce, had a bad breakup, had a loss of a family member, where you're closing the door on something in your life, where something is ending. And we all know that endings are super hard and often come with a lot of fear, a lot of intrepidation, a lot of loss. And we don't always stop and look at the benefits, right? We have to do our grieving process. But you don't want to get stuck in that spiral down that can happen sometimes when doors are closing. This stone supports you in actually, it's that yellow, right? It's that what's the good side? What can we glean as a positive thing from this? So, because all doors that close open up a new doorway, and we often forget that. So this lovely stone is here to remind you that not only are the doors open, but you best create what's on the other side. So if you've just lost a job, maybe it means that it's time to really look at, what do you want as a job? Using Bumblebee Jasper in that thought process can really help you to, all right, what do you want to do? When you are passionate about something and you can figure out how to make that passion create money and be in service and have purpose, that is a delightful next adventure, a next chapter in your life, right? So this helps us to write that chapter. It helps us to really sink in how can we give our life passion, purpose, joy, excitement, all this new motivated energy type. That's what this does. So that's all really fabulous. What else do I want to tell you about this stone? I do have some jewelry pieces, which is nice to actually be wearing them. I'm really drawn. I'm very drawn to this one because this is the second time I've picked this one up. It's a stone that helps you to be very honest with yourself. And again, that works really well with the first, the second, and the third chakras. That when we are honest about ourselves, we can do some deep, deep work, some deep soul searching. And often, we're not honest with ourselves about the positive qualities about ourselves. So this helps us to really see the beauty that we are and really work to magnify those qualities. Bring some sunshine on those really beautiful qualities that we hold and step out into the world with them with more confidence. When we can evaluate ourselves in an honest way and do that work, we feel so much better when we can be truthful. So I appreciate that. And, you know, sometimes being truthful with ourselves means we have to look into those places about ourselves that we don't like. But if we don't do that work, we're never going to do the healing and get beyond that. So to be honest with ourselves, brutally honest, is very helpful. What else do I want to tell you about this stone? Let me look at my little paper, my set of notes. I think that's really about it. You know, when I think about bees, bees in general are just busy working. You know, that's the thing, right? Busy as a bee. But they're working in a cooperative way. They're working with community. They seem to love what they do. They're communities. And so when we step out, how are we being community minded? That's what I think about it when I think about bees and these delicious colors. Fire, water, earth, the elements, fire, earth and water move downstream, right? They head down the hill. Where fire rises up, it's igniting. And so this is putting the fire under your arse and getting you to get out there and really truly live your purpose, to be persistent, to just be courageous in your endeavors. Think big, think broad. Dare to dream your biggest dreams. And with the new moon coming up this week, it's the perfect time for you to be dreaming about that. So I'm going to tell you about a couple of things that are happening for us here this week. Tomorrow on my midweek review, I'm going to be, that's at noontime tomorrow on Wednesday. I'm going to be talking about Mercury that goes into retrograde tomorrow in the sign of Scorpio. So that's tomorrow. And Thursday night is our DG Live. I've got some really fun new things for you on our live. One of them is agatized bamboo. That's going to be very interesting. It's a really cool stone that clinks together in this really pretty, makes this pretty sound. Oh, it's fun. I have a lot of new things for that. And then Friday night on the new moon, Maura O'Meara and myself, along with some really delicious friends like Elizabeth Cunningham and Kate Johnson, some of my elders and staples in my community, are going to be joining me for the full moon circle, for our new moon circle, on Friday, as we vision a democracy, as we really hold a vision for justice and democracy, for a fair voting experience. So join us. It's on Zoom. All the details are on Facebook, on our website. So do join us. We have a lot going on this week. I have lots of opportunity to see you again tomorrow at 12:30, again Thursday at 6:30, and Friday, I think, at 7. All right. Have a blessed evening. And yeah, honor the bees. I love you all. Have a fabulous evening. Mwah.